I think we should be good. Please let me know if you guys are able to hear me. And I will adjust as needed. Please let me know if the music is too loud or if something is not loud enough. Um, but hello Meridian, hello Ty, um, hello Cogsright, hello Pokemon, hello LM Dragon, hello Midnight Minute, nice to see you, hello Mobile Armor, one second I have to sneeze, hello Krell, hello Sparky Beardy, hello Brink, nice to see you as well, and hello Size Boss, and Boulder Stuff, Nodders, and Vatcon, hello, and Sheeny. Okay, I think that is everyone, I hope. If not, I'm so sorry. And hello, Tormungus as well. So hopefully everyone is doing a-okay today. So well, first I have to open Pokemon cards. Then we can talk a bit more. Wrong thing. Application capture. Oh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing, Ty, for 8 months. That is a very long time and very cool. Thank you so much. And also thank you, Gideonir, as well for the 75 watch streak. So I need to open a pack of cards since Pokemon redeemed it, so give me just a second, Pokemon. It is the new set Perfect Order, because of course it is. I broke a year following. Yes, you have. Which, I think you're the oldest follower who still watches this channel, if I had to guess. Because it would be because I can only think of 3 people who watched before you. So it would be difficult for them to be here. Wait, Ty, have you been subscribed longer than you've watched the channel? Ho hum. Anyways, alright, cards. Okay. Oh, and also, it's from the new Pokemon game, so it's from Pokemon ZA. So if you see in at the background, it's Luminos City, I'm pretty sure, which is pretty cool. When I looked at the packs in these arts, I was super excited for that reason. So we got a Hippopotas, a Dartrix, a Mawile in Paris, or Luminos, a Core Memory. Wait, I do not recognize this type of card at all. The Mega Zygarde, interesting. A Hippowdon, a Raticate, a Foil Growing Energy, a Doublade, and a Meowth. It's a pretty looking Meowth. I'm not sure if it's any good, but it's a pretty looking Meowth. So Nodders. And yeah, basic energy. So yeah. Anyways. Secret rare, I believe. Oh, okay, cool. I'm not usually too good at keeping track of it. Pretty looking, but still just a Meowth. That is right. Alright. So, 2 things. Real quick, this is what we were working on last stream. This was our 3D printed, not 3D printed, our 3D design for what our top panel is going to be. So going through real quickly. Oh my gosh. There we go. Going through real quickly, we have our bumpers up here. We have holes for the header pins that are on both top and bottom. We have a launching thing for... Oh, we have a launching bit down here and a little ramp for it to lead on. Oh. Yeah, so we have a little ramp here. We also have the place where we are going to put our paddles, which is here and here. So, Oh, and we also have one last touch sensor location for here to see whenever you lose the ball. So, going on that information, I did start the print. However, we ran into a small issue. A slightly small issue. I still have concerns about you being able to install the stuff. I don't think that'll be the issue, actually. We ran into an issue. So, I had to break it in half in order to print it. We have a bit of surface damage here, but that's okay. So I had to break this in half in order to print it, and the other half is almost done printing. It should be finished sometime this stream. But for the moment, what we are going to do is we are going to get our bumpers attached here, here, and here. And same thing with the touch sensors. I'd like to get everything installed and the software squared away for it. So that's going to be our current objective. Also, what if the ball doesn't fit? I just had, like, a terrible thought. It should. There's no reason why it shouldn't. Okay, yeah. There's no reason why the ball should... There's no reason why the ball should fit, right? Okay. Surely not. Surely not. We're engineers. We're engineers. That ball is a paid actor. That ball's just a paid actor. Okay, that ball's a paid actor. That ball is... Why you laugh? Why you laugh? Nothing a little sanding can't fix? Yeah. Or, hear me out. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna have to sand it down slightly. Okay, that's okay. I can cut some of this off. That's not a big deal. It is just at the very end. That's no biggie. It's okay. That's why I have a handy-dandy set of files that we are going to have to use. Let me see if I can pull you guys a bit further in. Okay. Don't worry. I have an entire set of files just for occasions like this. So I guess I'll start by filing this. Also, hello, Shackman. I don't know how big of a file I should use. I'll probably just use, like, this one. But, I just need to file it down. It's either that or the sandpaper, right? So... Well, I guess I know what the rest of the stream will be. It won't be the rest of the stream. I have the same thing, set of files for yard work. I mean, removing material is much easier than... The problem is I don't have much, like, surface area to internally work with. So it's going to be like a cheese grater for a bit. But I guess we can just talk. And I do want to have, like, some genuine discussions with you guys regarding the future of stuff. Because we should have a conversation about it, you know? So this is a good time to have that conversation, I think. Oh, no? Yo, looking good? Hello. Hello, Lovey. No Dremel? No. Also, what would be the tool? Maybe it's this way. Yeah, I think this way is the play. Speaking of files, Tex's reminder. Oh, yes. But, it's not that I am graduating or any scary news. I can't get a divorce, Shackman. I'm not married. It would be impossible for me to get a divorce. No, I feel like, for a lack of a better word, I feel like I haven't been giving my all. But what about your 40 wives? That's, like, entirely a joke. Not married yet. Yes, that's true. Not married yet. Wait, you said you were married many times? Yeah, jokingly married to someone in college does not mean, like... Jokingly married to someone in college does not mean that you're actually married to them. It was just... It wasn't actually being married, okay? Obviously. I think you guys all know that. common law say something different. It's definitely not common law. Bing Bong says please just don't. Okay. Hello, Wacky Brain. How's it going, Wacky? Anyways, I am just having to sand this guy down so the ball can fit through the hole. But in the meantime, we are having a conversation. I do feel like I haven't been giving my all. So I want to do, like, a renewed vow, I guess? About committing to stuff. Let me grab a... I'm gonna grab my handheld vacuum for this to get the dust up. Give it for a second. 1 second. Okay, I am back. Also, maybe slightly. You streamed in while having food poisoning. That's more than giving it your all, IMO. Yeah, but it's not like... What if I told you it was possible to give even more? What if I told you I had more than just one life to give for this? Do I have sandpaper? Yes, I have sandpaper. The problem with sandpaper is that I'm pretty sure sanding would be slower. I'm almost positive sanding would be slower. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Get 1 grit sandpaper. That's just a rock. Also, I don't know if I have any 1 grit sandpaper, so... We're just going to be stuck filing this for a little bit. It's okay. As I get more of it filed, it should get easier and easier, right? Okay. Let's just put you over here. Sorry, I'm just going to periodically get the dust out from it. Do you have an angle grinder? No, I don't have an angle grinder. And no, I don't have a Dremel. I really wish I had a Dremel right now. I really, really wish I had a Dremel right now. I'm not even sure. Hold on. Where's the ball? Give me a second. Where'd ball go? There's ball. There's ball. Oh, thank you for the head pats, Balthazar. I'm sorry, I didn't... Did it not, like... Oh! Okay, it's close. It is already close. It still gets caught, but it is closer. Yeah, okay. Okay. So it's not going to take us all stream. It's just going to take us a few minutes. Take a drill bit and make a sandpaper loop around it. Kappa. I don't think I'd get proper traction. No sanding stream. That's okay. I don't think side cutters is the play for this. So I'm not going to get the side cutters. Oh yeah, did you guys see the Artemis stuff? Hopefully you were able to get your badge from watching. So you have a NASA official badge, you know? I know that may or may not be important to a few of y'all. I have it open up now. Oh, nice. Looking as we speak, they're on the other side of the moon at the moment. Oh, nice. Wait, there's a badge? Yes, there's a badge. Ooh. But yeah, I feel like I just haven't been giving it my all. For a lack of a better reason. Especially when it comes to not necessarily like on-stream content, but like, I don't know. I feel like I could do better, you know? I'm not sure if that's a crazy take. Well, actually, I don't think there's anyone who knows myself better than myself. So it can't exactly be a crazy take. But that is my current take. But like bigger projects? It's not bigger projects. It's Dude, I want to make videos and other stuff. Maybe projects, but like... Sorry. But I want to do other stuff as well, like other content. Like I never use like social media properly, or I never do like anything properly. I feel like you could advertise better, but not enough time. Yeah, I'm not really sure on how to improve with advertising. Like, I definitely want to improve. Time to teach Ori to edit her own shorts, perhaps. Perhaps it may be the time. Okay. Surely we will almost be done with this sooner or later. Though I don't want this to get bumped at all. Okay. Okay. Or maybe Paige. 1 second. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and see how it passes. Also, these files smell absolutely atrocious. I don't know why they do, but they do. If anyone happens to know the reason, let me know. It should be fine. Cheap oil. Okay, that's fair. Okay, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, that's gonna be fine for now. Okay. I'll file it more down if needed. So, what we are going to have to put in here... Let me take a slight zoom out here. So we have a slight zoom out here, and... Oh, I still don't like the current angle on this. Okie dokie. So again, we need to put our actuators through this hole and get them into place. We need to get our touch sensors as well. So just to demo what that should look like, let me see if I have a unplugged touch sensor first. So for the touch sensor, the way that that guy works is we want the headers to be facing down, and then they should just pop in straight like that and be flat with the surface, or pretty flat with the surface. So if you see a look over here, gosh, it's hard to get a zoom in on it. But they do in fact fit into place pretty okay. Apologies, I had to sneeze again. But yes, so that does work. That does work pretty okay. So I think that part will work, and then if you flip it over and you take a look, you can see the pins inside over here, and you should be able to get your wire connection pretty easily attached. So it should be pretty straightforward. And then the other thing that we need to get mounted is our... should. Yeah, keyword should. That's true. The other thing that we need to get mounted... Oh, let me see if I can pull it, apparently. Hold on. Slightly struggling. Maybe not have a giant mess of wires on your desk. That would be suboptimal. Stupid question, but does the ball work with capacitive sensors? Yes, it does. How are you planning on keeping it flush? It's not going to have to be like 100% flush is the answer to that question. It being 100% flush is the answer, or not being 100% flush is the answer to that question. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, I'm just having to isolate out stuff, which is possible. Sew you. Sew you and pull you. Okay. But yes, I very well may get a Dremel after this because I have a feeling that we're going to need Dremels in the future anyways. But yeah, so with these little motors here, the fit on it is pretty tight. The fit on it's pretty tight, but I have, don't worry, I have the technology. I have the technology and the plans to get this inside, okay? So, it's going to not be pretty. I want to preface that it's not going to be pretty. I want to preface that it's not going to be pretty. Got a bigger hammer. No, we don't need a bigger hammer. So luckily, what we want is, again, this guy to just barely stick out, and then when we put on our little head, our bouncer head, it should connect and go flat with the actual play surface. So see how this goes flat with the play surface? That's what we want to happen. So it actually does work, by the way. Is it the most elegant solution? No. Do we care? Also no. But yeah, it does work. So, let's go ahead and get stuff assembled. Retract not far enough in, topper pops off. What? Retract not far enough in, topper pops off. Oh, I see what you mean. 1 second. The topper should not have the force to pop out. I'm almost positive that it will not. Cheetos. Like, trust me when I say that this guy does not have that much force behind it. Like, it basically has enough to move the plunger, and that's about it. So yes, the ball should approach, and then once it gets near it, it should just press it down. And then that's how bumpers work. Almost and should. I mean, we'll see, right? I mean, this is always just like applied engineering, right? Or like a lack of applied engineering. Wait, we should have engineering in the time. Never mind. How's it going? It's going okay, Mental Minot. How are you doing? Fafo is on the way? Never defined words used? I'm confused, but okay. Great. So the next part is getting the sensors mounted. So, it's going to be really funny when it works for a few runs and randomly fails off. Oh no, this thing will most definitely fail. And also, well, thank you so much for the 70 stream streak. That's really appreciated. I appreciate it. Okay. So, same thing, mounting these guys behind, it shouldn't be too bad. What we need to do is we need to unplug our touch sensors. Need to unplug our touch sensors and feed it in through the bottom over here. Very carefully. And then on the other end, we should be able to plug in the rest. So give me just a second. Okay. All right. So again, this is what the touch sensor will look like, except once we actually put the headers through the holes, it should lie pretty flat. For those of you who are astute and actually know how balls roll, you may be saying, isn't this just going to bump into it? And to that, I would say, maybe. Um, depending on the force, it shouldn't matter, is my hypothesis. But we'll see if we accept the null hypothesis or not. So, strong maybe on that. Yeah, but okay, come on. Dude, like, the fact that this even, like, kind of is going to work is, I don't know. I'm already pogging. Oh, yes, and then also we are probably going to have to get these wires slightly glued in place with just a tiny bit of super glue in the holes. That's the plan, at least. And why are you bonking me? Dude, I don't get why people bonk me. I did not do anything wrong. Cover the pins on top. I don't think that will be necessary. For the record, I bonk you because all the nice redeems are always on cooldown. Okay, but that's like saying... I feel like that statement is not a good statement. Or you should not be doing that. Am I crazy? But I feel like... just you saying that... that shouldn't be how you do stuff. Okay, hold on. I need to pierce you. Okie dokie. I'm being rude because the option to be nice wasn't available. Yeah, but can't you just be, like, nice? 1 second. Also, I feel like I'm taking too much of the screen up right now. So I get bigger. No. Okay. So yes, I'd very, very light... I'm very lightly going to apply just a very, very thin amount of super glue. And that should be enough to keep it in place. At least I'm thinking that should be enough to keep it in place. Give me a second. Oh. Streaking speed. Feel like you could have a... made a dig in the plastic for the sensors. I could have. I definitely could have. That was... definitely the intelligent and sane thing to do. I'm neither intelligent nor sane, though. So, you know, stupid is as stupid does. Also, my fingers are going to be bounded together again, which is wonderful. Anyways, next slide. Okay, so the metal ball can make... Okay, Shackman, if a short, like, with the system... causes some terrible thing to happen, I will willingly accept that, okay? I will just tank that. I will just tank that, okay? I will just tank the fact. Ori, slots for sensors to sit in something you'll get... Ori, don't worry, Ori. Slots for the sensors to sit in is something you'll get to eventually. Definitely. Yes. I'm just throwing it out there. No, you're definitely... You're definitely not incorrect. I'm just coping. And no, there's no real possibility of fire, even if you short the pens. I'm just about certain that does not matter. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to get this guy plugged in the hole very carefully. Hold on. Oh, is this the one with damage? Yeah, this is the one with a very small amount of damage. Okay, so when the print came through, there was a very small amount of damage on this guy, so... I'm just gonna kind of jam a thing in there. You know, widen up the tunnel a little. Okay, my new TISM coach is helping me recognize when people are being helpful. Oh, okay, nice. Can there at least be a possibility of smoke from melted wires? No, almost certainly not. Like, if we're talking realistic here, none of my systems should be that risky. Or should have that much risk. Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. We need to slightly trim this guy. We have some excess header pin on this, and I need to get rid of that because it is made for the correct size. Or it is made for precisely a certain size. So let's go ahead and get a tool to help with that. Plug it into mains and let it ride? Nah. Nah. That seems irresponsible. Where are my side cutters? Okie dokie. Seriously. Scissors? That's not going to be sufficient. I need my bolt cutters. Or not bolt cutters. Oh, there they are. Okay. Needed some wire cutters. The pins on the breadboard are so thin they'd instantly vaporize? I don't think they would. So what's the model for chat controlling the pinball? Is it redeem based? I'm not sure how I'll get it. So it's going to be chat based is how it is going to work. And then let me see if I can just trim this guy down. You guys won't get the greatest of views. Apologies. Actually, pliers might make more sense here. Okay, that should work. Let's give that a try. Chat types left or right, I think. Yes, that will be the plan. We will be working on the software more today. Okay, now it fits in the hole. That's good. So it was just that issue. Okay. So I need to get this guy attached on in the back as well. I need to double check the sides. If I had a Sharpie, I would probably be labeling this, or I should be labeling this. So, V, G, V, O, G. Okay. Why does that crown look chewed? Because it is chewed. Why else do you think? Why do you think it looks chewed, Boulder? Because it is chewed. Cynic, why are you bonking me, dude? What do you mean caught? Why does your VTuber do wide eyelets randomly? That's because I'm doing wide eyes in real life, Midnight. So, like, if I... If my model does wide eyes, it's because I'm doing wide eyes in real life. Same thing if I get, like, angry. That's just me actually being angry. Same thing if I, like, pog. Same thing if I, like, I don't know, stick my tongue out. That type of stuff. It tracks all of it. Okay. So, anyways, need to get this guy attached. So, have our ground here. Actually, hold on. I still have one little tiny bit in there. Hold on. Not sure if you guys can see, but there's a little tiny bit of filament. You know who would be great at this? Alex, but he's asleep. There we go. Okay, that should work. I feel like we're actually getting quality, you know? I feel like we're finally... Oh, thank you for that, Pats. I feel like we are actually reaching the point, though, where our quality is starting to not be terrible. As I mark stuff in crayon. Still see the thing from Adam's family? I'm confused what that means. Okay, this hole might need to be widened slightly. So, okay. So there is some deformation. So take a look at this. So take a look at these holes. See how they're like very well defined? See how they're like very well defined, where very square. If you take a look at this hole, it is not very square. So I think if you look closely, you guys can see like the outline of where it should be. So I'm going to file that down ever so slightly on the inside. So give me just a sec. Whoop. Okay. So I should have a file small enough. One of these guys should be small enough. I really hope one of those two are small enough. They should be. There's no reason why they shouldn't be. But yeah. Okay, maybe they aren't. It's okay. We have technology. Oh, no, this one is. Good. Okay. Man, this is gonna be difficult. So again, right now, I'm just trying to get rid of some excess material. Because our fit is a little obtuse. Or a little too tight. Not obtuse. Obtuse is definitely the wrong word for that. So hopefully everyone was able to have a very happy Easter, by the way. I got to do lots of fun things this weekend. In addition to being food poisoned. I got to have a lovely collab with Wacky and Ty and Avo. And we played some Peak. And I also got to go Easter egg hunting, which is always good. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to abrade stuff away. Give me a second. I'm struggling to get the material, but hopefully that's enough. Okay. Where's my touch sensor? Okay, touch sensor. I got to make 200 pounds of burger patties for church and 300 hot dogs. Ooh, nice. Looking forward to more weekend streams. Well, there are more weekend streams to come. There are definitely more weekend streams to come. In the near future. Not even near future TM, in like the near future. I'm not gonna say exactly when, but soon. Soon, TM. This weekend. Probably not this weekend. Alright. Let's go ahead and see if we can get it plugged in now. So again, we have our voltage, we have our signal, and then ground. So ground goes on the far left. Red should be our power, which goes on the other side. Guys, what if this doesn't work? What if we go through all... I mean, then it's a failed experiment. That happens. So are those like for the score pads bumpers, or do they bump the ball? They do both. So they functionally do both is the idea. They function as both, which I think is pretty nifty. It would be sad if it doesn't. Tons and tons of work. I mean, it's okay. It's... If you, like, take a step back and, like, look at how much we've learned from this project, this has been one of the more, like, knowledge-gaining projects on this channel. So I wouldn't be upset if it failed. like the CAD, I feel like we're doing like just better work in general. Most certainly. Oh yeah, and you guys did miss some excitement. Yeah, because Ty had a fire. Can you put into words what you have learned? Yes. So I've learned a lot of things about CADing, putting holes in 3D models, more than just like putting a simple cylinder inside of like as a subtraction addition inside the slicer itself. I learned about splitting parts in different pieces so they can be printed together. Additionally, we got to learn, or we got to use our calipers more. We learned a bit about tolerancing. And yeah. And this is by far the most amount of electronics that we've had to integrate so far. So I would say that's a mission success, in my opinion. I've learned nothing. That's okay. You don't have to learn something. You can feel free to learn something if you can, but also don't feel forced. And also, I am going to just get a tiny bit of super glue in there and then put it back down so it stays in place. And hello, useful reptile. Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well. Okay, very, 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 very small amount. Okay. Okay, excellente. If this project works, by the way, this is probably going to be a project I keep together. So, Ori, are you an orca? No, I've said this multiple times that I'm a human hybrid dolphin. I am a dolphin, technically. Orca are dolphins. I feel like that's reductive. I feel like that's being a little reductive. But that's okay. Okay. That is pretty well in place. Okay, so now that we got this guy in place, that's what it's going to, each bumper assembly is going to look like. So both of these touch pads are going to be responsible for actuating it. Additionally, if the ball goes near enough, so it doesn't actually have to make full contact in order for the sensor to go off. So in theory, if you just like roll past it, it should be able to also detect that and then move the bumper regardless. And then we will be also using these for scoring points. So it's going to be like a dual use system. So if it triggers the touchpad, it's going to actuate the bumper and it's going to cause that to move down. And then additionally, it's going to increase the score. And then let's flip this guy back over. See what we're working with over here. I'm gonna have to patch this guy up a little. Do you just like sand off your skin whenever you get super glue on it, or what are you supposed to do? Is there going to be a... it's probably just gonna be text-based, to be perfectly honest, random logic. But if you would like to try to improve on the project or see any places that you think you can, you should definitely go for it. So what happens if it hits the side of the bumper with no sensor? Again, so it should actually, like, as the ball rolls past, like, even just like this much, like this close, should be enough to trigger the bumpers. So I'm pretty sure it will work. Like, as it rolls past, it will, like, again, within, like, half of an inch, I think, it's usually able to trigger it or something. Or it was in previous experiments. It doesn't have to be exactly touching it for it to trigger, as long as the ball is metal and moving. Whenever I inevitably get glue on my fingers, I just begrudgingly await my fate and wait for it to wear off naturally. That's fair. But what if you just sanded off your skin? Anyways, looking good. Alright. I would like to get these guys connected and rigged up so we'll be good to go. Doesn't acetone remove glue? It might. There's a definite possibility that it does. Okay, that's the place that it's missing. Okay. Honestly, I wish I could make this a bit more tight, but it should be good. Okay, so this is the circuit assembly that's necessary for each individual bumper. They do also require a 9-volt battery each. The reason why we have them on separate 9-volt batteries is because of amperage limits on our power supply. So ideally, I would love to run these all on my power supply to save energy and to save batteries, but unfortunately, that's not in the cards. Are we testing out the bumper? I mean, we can. We can. There's no reason why we can't. Give me a second. So that would just be this, and then we'd need to apply power. Give me a moment. Okay. Flip it back over. And then, see? And then it pops down. Should pop back up in a second. So, yeah. Right now it's set to a delay because we weren't, like, trying to do anything specific with it. But, should also work if we get, like, relatively close to the sensor. Like, it might not be perfect. Like, I'll be the first to admit that this might not be a perfect system, but listen, listen, you guys try. Oh. But yes, should go good. Next, by the way, Ori, if you ever wanted an on-screen keyboard, either do this for another project. This was never going to be a perfect system. Can you probably tweak the sensitivity? I actually can't tweak the sensitivity of the sensors themselves, but I can cause this to be a bit more sensitive. But yes, so this is all the wiring and battery power that is necessary for a single system. We are going to need to figure out a good place. Really? It's digital? Yes, but, it's the word. I'm trying to think of the best way of answering this. Levy. Air level. So yes, you could. What it would involve would be... I would need to put it either into a analog to digital converter and then run essentially... No, because it's going to be a digital signal out. So it's a digital signal out at a certain strength. No, I don't think so. Because it's a threshold trigger. So the output from it is a binary 1 or a 0. Yeah, I'm under the impression that the output of these are a binary 1 or 0, so I don't actually believe that you can filter it. But if there is a way to filter it, let me know. I can maybe try, but I think it would require circuitry, or like extra circuitry for sure, at a minimum. Anywho. We kind of also need to figure out a mounting system for all this stuff, which I'm also looking forward to. Which is just going to be lovely. Slim to none. What's the probability of this being finished? Slim to none. Oh yeah, no, it is slim to none. Okay, so now that we have this guy in place, and the touch sensors working, I would like to go ahead and modify our software before we go any further. So what I want to do is keep track of whenever it's getting hit and send a message to Twitch chat saying, hey, this is bumper number 1, or this is a bumper and you've scored a point. Because that's what we are going to be looking for. Because we will be using TCP, Twitch Communication Protocol, for doing this. And hello, Pioneer. Welcome in, and glad to see you got the badge too. Sorry, it's kind of like addicting, like pressing on it. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and take a look at the code. Wherever our code is. Okay. Nope. Yes. Maybe. Yes. This. That. Okay. So this is a simplified version of the code. Right now, it is essentially just performing a digital read, and whenever it sees that it is a high, it then causes the output to be driven. The only thing that we are actually going to be changing here is the duration or the rebound period of this. So I'm just going to put the rebound period at 300. Should I put it at 300 milliseconds? Let's see if we can get away with 100 milliseconds, or maybe 200 milliseconds. We'll do 200 milliseconds. So we'll put like the bouncing speed at 200 milliseconds. That should help with the speed and reactivity a little bit. And then we don't need this anymore. And then what we're also going to have to put into this is, of course, controls for the chat integration portion of it, right? So again, each one of these bumpers are going to have to be programmed this way. So each bumper is going to be responsible for running this code at all times and communicating with Twitch. Would the plunger be able to throw the ball across your room? No, not that strong. Like, it's not weak, per se. Hold on. Let me see if I can, like, get it in the gap. Okay, so, hold on. We'll like, put it, like, there. Okay. Just keep it, like, right there for a second. It's uploading the code. It should be powerful enough to, like, kind of move it around, I think. So if I, like, press it around. Okay, yeah. But yeah, see how it, like, does move it when it gets to it, right? That. But yes, it's not... Hey, it's not done yet, but that is what it's going to look like. Why is the indentation not done in the if statement? It kind of hurts to see it like that. Well... Okay. I have a dumb question. Why don't we make a current pump with some capacitors and get rid of 9-volt batteries? Feel free to tell me why that's dumb. So going with a more complex solution will almost always be better than the upfront and straightforward solution. Like, adding more parts is always going to, like, or not always, but it's going to usually result in a more elegant, like, implementation, right? Random. But it's not necessarily going to be A, the easiest for me to integrate or work with, or B, something that I just happened to come up with, right? So a lot of this, like, will fall down to... Thank you for the hydration check. Let me hydrate. A lot of this will fall down to, like, we want to make, again, what Level is saying, simple systems are the best, for lack of a better word, because if a single thing goes wrong in the current pump, in the capacitance, in the discharge rate, in the circuitry, everything that I have to put together, so I'd probably have to mount a breadboard, or like a tiny breadboard, like something like half this size, for each one of these on here as well, and do some circuitry with that. For something that would still require a voltage source, they may be able to share. So they would be able to share the voltage source if we did that. However, they'd still A, require the voltage source, and B, then we'd have to run calculations on, like, discharge rate, and how fast we could actually pull energy from those caps, and how much energy we could actually store, right? And all this stuff is just, like, additional logic, whereas we plug 9 volt in. That's my general approach. But of course, like, if you're making an actual pinball machine, I imagine, like, it would be different. I'm sure there are, like, some people who actually have made pinball machines that are, like, screaming at their monitors and, like, shaking it angrily, like, this is not how you do any of this. And also, wait, okay, my dad gave me something for Easter, guys, and it's slightly traumatic. It slightly traumatizes me. Okay, does anyone know what these are? Does anyone know what these are? Anyone? Okay. Okay, yeah, so, so, I thought I thought, I thought, I thought, I thought, I thought that they would be safe. No, you think they're artificial marshmallows? No. Take another look. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with these peeps? Can anyone tell me what's wrong with these peeps? No? No one's getting it yet? They're plastic. Yes, just like my coworker who fed me a plastic gosh darn duck. My dad printed out 3D printed out peeps and put them in a bag and put them in like a fake bag, fake packaging, and like gave them to me. It's like, here, Ori, I got you like some peeps, you know, for Easter. Yeah. So my dad's a menace to society with his 3D printer. Again, my dad's kind of like a combination between extremely technically literate and not technically literate in the slightest, which is a dangerous combination. I don't know. My dad does 3D printing and other stuff. Aren't regular peeps also plastic? No, they're just marshmallows. Should I try peeps? No, it's okay. I love your dad. He sounds awesome. He's pretty cool. But, oh yeah, in other news, guys, I also got some stuff from, so my dad was, shutting down his crypto farm stuff for reasons. He was shutting down his crypto farm for reasons, so I was able to get some modular power, I got 3 modular power supplies, I got some aluminum framing, I didn't grab any of the graphics cards because they were older, but, like, I got tons of supplies to potentially use for future stuff. But yes, he made a crypto farm, on, you know, just because he was. I don't know. Just because he did. Crypto dad. You know what's worse, Level? You know what's worse than having a crypto dad? You know what's worse than having a crypto dad, Level? When your dad literally has already done VTubing. That's when it's worse. That is when it's worse. And that is when all hope is lost. Anyways, I'm just gonna go back to my whole... Anyways, it was a joke with my coworkers that my dad was actually Shy Lily, because he's been... Not he's been streaming, he doesn't currently stream, I don't believe, but like... Yeah. He has the capability. My dad is a scary individual. Anyways. There's just no recovering that. Yeah, there's no recovering to knowing that your dad has a VTuber thing. Wouldn't it be funny if he streamed and just didn't tell you? I'd be so shook if he did. Because he... Okay, guys, he wants to know my channel, by the way. He wants to know my channel. And I really, 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 really don't want to tell him my channel. If your dad overtakes your Twitch career, it's over. He probably would. I don't know. He either would or wouldn't and then get canceled. Anywho. So software works okay. What we need to do now is I need to do some like actual like not maintenance, but we need to do some hardening of this system because as things currently stand, there's no way that this thing's going to stay attached. So give me a moment. Ori's dad finds out her channel name suddenly gets a massive rate of like 1,000 people. Dude, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. But I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like immediate Vettel raid. There's no way my dad is Vettel. I think NASA is going to raid soon. I don't think NASA is going to raid anyone. Dude, it would be hilarious though if NASA like... That's a career milestone. If NASA ever raids someone, that's... And you're the raid target, I don't think there's more exciting things that could happen to you in life. I don't think there would be anything better in life than that. Okay. Astro collabed with them the other day. Who's Astro? Do you really think Ori's dad is a drunk British femboy? I don't think he's... he doesn't drink. He's not British, and I don't think he's a femboy. So I don't think he's any of those. I would be more excited if Ori rated my stream. Are you streaming, Cogs? Okay. No, that's the joke. Okay. Okay, so we need to add the Ethernet integration for this now. Or he's really trying to throw you off of his identity. Sorry to tell you, if he's a VTuber, he's at least one of those. I don't think so. He's not... He doesn't drink. Like, neither of my parents really drink that much. Like, my mom will, like, partake in a little bit, but my dad doesn't drink hardly at all. Like, maybe, like, once in the past 10 years, maybe. And then, likewise with my mom, she only drinks on, like, birthdays and New Year's, briefly, for, like, you know, the Happy New Year's thingy. Anywho, let's go ahead and do some code integration. I'm probably going to have to... I'm going to very quickly integrate in some stuff that you guys don't necessarily need vision on, so give me a second, which is just the white Wi-Fi information. So give me a second on that. I will share the screen in a second, but essentially what I'm adding in is just the Wi-Fi capabilities. Nothing super important. Nothing that you need to see. Okay. Also, let's see, what else has been going on? Oh yes, but I got some scrap metal from the aluminum chassis that he has, or that he had. So I'm looking forward to being able to use that as necessary. Oh, Nodders. I also got a bunch of like power cables, a lot of fans, some hard drives, a lot of RAM, other stuff too. I just don't remember it entirely off the rip. Okay, as long as this compiles, I think I can show you. RAM, so are you rich now? No, it's like 8 gigabytes and a 16 gigabyte. Like, they're 8 gigabyte and 16 gigabyte kits, so it's not like super impressive or anything. Okay. So, we just want to name this bumper bot. Bumper bot. And then, what we want to do is just send Twitch message. Saw bumper. Apologies if the spams chat. There's a 50-50 it spams chat. If I coded this wrong, which is, you know, like a 50-50. Again. Okie dokie. Okay, ready to ban the spammer. Not if the spammer bans first. Anyways. So, code should work. The way that it works, again, is it just connects to the Wi-Fi. Yep. So it just connects to our Wi-Fi first, so it sets up all of our connection input outputs. And then what happens next is it attempts to connect to the Wi-Fi, gives the IP address, Twitch channel name, connects to the channel. It waits for it to connect, sends the Twitch message that it connected, and then we are just sending the Twitch message saw bumper whenever we get that touch. So give me a moment. Okay. Yep. Okay. Should be good. Let's go ahead and reprogram it and see what happens. You guys think it's going to work? Off rip? I don't see any reason why it shouldn't work. You know, we're the best software engineer who ever existed. There are a few better. There are a few better than us, you know? Do we want a Gamba? I don't think it's worth a Gamba here. It's too high probability, you know? Okay, we'll do a Gamba. Hold on. Gamble. Wait, is it poll or prediction? Prediction. It's only going to be for 1 minute. Send Twitch message. Okay. Okay, the prediction's up. You have a minute. You guys have a whopping minute to put in your bets, because that is fine. Because only a minute's necessary. I shouldn't touch it because that will tell you the answer. I imagine an air hockey pinball machine would be really cool. Wait, so I have this long-running idea of air hockey mini-golf, but what if the air hockey pinball mini-golf? What? Wait, I have a long-running idea of air hockey mini-golf. Okay, I understand. You could do that. I feel like that would be very difficult, though, to, I feel like that would be very difficult to get working, though. And also, I see people betting and then the 1 point on no. I like the 1 point guys. Whoever's the 1 point person betting on it, I appreciate that. Okay. Okay. While we are doing that, I would like to get the other one set up. So we are going to have to get the other solenoids in place. So give me a second. The Gamba message didn't come up for me, boo. That's okay. It should have closed by now. Did I make it open? Oh, I made it open too long. Okay. Get your bets in. We're firing now. So, if I see anyone else put a bid in, I'll be angry. But anyways, real quick, we'll just test. I need to reset it. Oh. Oh. 1 second. It's resetting. Give it a moment. Wait, where's Ball? 1 sec. Nah. Do as you wish. Okay. Okay, so the fact that we're not seeing an internet message is probably telling of what's going to happen. Real quick, we are just going to... Yeah, so it did not work. So the network code did not work. So prediction, and then end submissions, and then choose outcome. No. Okay. Rip 4,000 channel points. That's okay. Blame, you're new here. You'll learn to always bet against me. That was your first mistake, not betting against me. Always, always take the bet against me. Okay, so we did run into problems. I do not know immediately what is the issue. I'm going to pull open my networking code example and see if it's something that I did wrong in the initial vote. Someone did vote no. It's okay, Ty. I don't really care that much. If someone is truly that desperate that they want to bet 500 additional points so they can get 4K points or whatever, that's fine. I'm suing. Good for you. Okay, so I'm uploading the example code, so it is known working code, so if it doesn't work, that means we did something wrong with the implementation, which is possible. I do have a few guesses on what I could have done wrong there. Actually, I already know what the issue is. Thank you, Jean, for the head pats. Also, hello, Jean. How's it going? I actually know what the issue is. I'm pretty sure before I look, but just reset this guy. Good, good. How are you? I'm doing okay. I am doing a-okay, I suppose. What's up, Absolute Zero? Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to track down what's going wrong with our code here. So first thing is that we did not have our client loop properly set. So that's one thing that's wrong. Dapsolute Zilla? Oh, Dapsolute Zero? Now I see the gamble, it's too late. Okay. So we need to figure out what the issue is with the code execution. Let's take a look. And also, hello, Hakun. Wow. How's it going, Hakun, the evil... I know you're not evil, but I like to say evil. Hopefully it's going a-okay. So our Wi-Fi is still not connecting. Well, it just got done reprogramming, so hold on, let me reset it. Okay, so Wi-Fi didn't work as well. So what I'm going to do real quick next is I am going to take a spare run and check if it is the hardware itself or something to do with our hardware setup. So give me a moment to do that. Okay. Are you a Matata? Matata? Oh, is that Matara? Anyways, so I'm going to reprogram this with the example test code that we have, just to connect to the Wi-Fi to see if that is the issue. It might be. At this point, we are not unfortunately, we are looking through this. I have created an evil standard cryptographically enhanced Shamir's secret. What? Shamir's secret. Okay, if you say so. Or he is too young to know the Lion King. What? Okay, This is disconcerting. Hakun e Matata. Oh, okay, from Lion King. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so we are having an issue that we cannot connect to the network, period. That means there's something wrong with our networking code or with our authentication token. Which I guess could be the case. Let me respin. Let me respin some stuff real quick. Give me a second. We're grabbing key. Okay, and then I'm gonna also need a new Twitch authentication. Okay, let's give this a try. Okay, I can't show this stuff on stream, sorry. We're so good, we're so good. Are you talking via socket by Lord Root? No, it's a... So, my Wi-Fi kind of, like, died this morning, for lack of a better word. And the network got renamed, I'm pretty sure. So I have been dealing with the ramifications of that. So I think I'm having to... I think I have to edit all of my code. But that's okay. Oh, I thought this was about to get a lot darker? No, it's not going to get darker. Okay, good works. I almost thought you said my wife died this morning. My Wi-Fi. Tell my Wi-Fi I love her. Died this morning. Okay, network code worked. I just need to change my SSID. Okay. Windows. Let's give it another try, and then it should work. If not, we are in trouble. Was Miku hiding in your Wi-Fi? No, Miku was hiding in my walls. I'm sorry. Do you agree to handshake till death do us part? Oh, I see what you're talking about. No, I do UDP, so I just throw it and hope for the best. Okie dokie. And also, hi, thy Lord Root. How's it going? Only 39 wives left according to Discord, right? I don't have any. Listen, I can't even think of the... Okay, bumper bot's working. 1 second. Whenever we trigger it, let me flip this guy upside down. Ball comes by. Ball triggers it. Ace, I said ball triggers it. Come on. There. And then it should send the Twitch message every time it sees the bumper. It does have a chance of debouncing on itself. We will deal with that if it becomes an issue, but I think it's fine to leave it as is. But code works. So I'm going to do one more adjustment, and then we will be good. So now it both actuates whenever we get the touch sensor and sends the message across, which is going to be necessary for communication. I'm going to reduce this to just BUN. Bumper? How do you... Bumper? Wait. Bumper. Is that how you spell bumper? This is becoming a word that you've looked at too much and has lost meaning. Okie dokie. Okay, so BumperBot should work. We just want to change it to the least amount as possible. And it should be good. Ori, I have a question. Yes, Midnight. What's up? But yeah, I was trying to think of the last time that I went on a second date. Bro, I can't remember. I'm not even sure if I have. How's the print going? It's in progress. It's scheduled to finish... Hold on, let me see. It is scheduled to finish in an hour and 35 minutes. Okay. You don't go on second dates because you snagged them the first time, right? Yeah. You're right. Oh, really? One second. We're running into, some issues. Or not. Okay. I guess there are no issues. Okay, cool. I totally wasn't just trying to move chat so you guys couldn't talk about that anymore. Yeah, cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and move that on and get the other two systems functional. But yes, the reason why I didn't go with the recesses is A, I didn't know how to do it. I guess, in theory, if we have to print this again, it would be easy enough to actually add these voids on top with, just in the slicer, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure in the slicer we could add like a rectangular prism, specify the size and then the depth. And that would be pretty easy. And it wouldn't require like a change in the model. So, okay. We just need to repeat this. Here's a question on the subject. How would you... In the slicer? Why? Because I don't... Useful reptile, you gotta keep in mind, bro. I'm not great at this. And yes, Twitch has object permanence issues. So if Twitch can't see a chat, they have object permanence. So like, once it's gone forever to them. Okay. It would be really easy to do it in the model, probably easier than the slicer. I don't think it would be, to be perfectly honest, because adding like the little like triangle guy on top was harder than expected. And that's the same thing. Are we still talking about second date? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not getting ragged on. I would never get ragged on by my Twitch chat. My Twitch chat knows better. I think so. I'm just saying you can nerd out with your date. Maybe. Again, I haven't gone on a second date in too long. Anyways, so again, this is what our assembly looks like. I just need to get it mounted and attached. Yippee. That depends. That depends, Cogs, right? Where are you getting it from? Is my question. Just start with a second date, easy. Wait, this time I don't understand at all. What's wrong with second dates? Nothing is wrong with second dates. I just haven't had any. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Also, ideally, those holes are copied in such a way you only need to edit it once. Yeah, that's true. The Smokin' Shack. I see. I don't know why I asked as if I would know what restaurant you're going to. The only dates that are needed are the fruit kind. Exactly, well... Exactly. Just trying to get this guy wedged in slightly. Okay. Okay, so same thing. Just need to mount this. This guy goes on. This little sombrero goes on its head. Oh, I don't know if I've ever had a second date. I'm not even sure how to date, though I've gotten the Birds and the Beast recently which was a historical thing. What? How do you plan to interface this with the microcontroller? Are you putting a wiring harness on it? What do you mean by that? We already have the setup for it. If you're talking about like, I'm a little confused by what you mean. Could you specify a little if that's okay? Hold on. Slightly higher. I'm sorry, it's just satisfying. Anyways, if by wiring harness you mean a ball of wires, then yes. Yes. We'll eventually work on the mounting in a bit. It's one step at a time, you know? It's one step at a time. Okay. We got this. Okay, so next I need to mount the touch sensors as well. Give me a moment to get that squared away. Okay, it's the same thing. We have it attached to our touch sensor there, and then we're just gonna pull it through to keep it tight. Yeah, I've had a project on my desk since October. It's a wire jumble. Oh, see, I think that's at least one pride point that we have, right, on this channel. I feel like we finish projects or we fail projects. Gosh darn it, like. You know, shoot for the moon and end up amongst the stars or burn on the launch pad. That's the plan. No in between. Okay. I mean, that's probably an abandoned project at this point. Yeah, it's probably abandoned. The fact that a metal ball could potentially short the circuit makes me concerned. Explain why. I'd like you to tell me why it would short it and what would happen, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, darn it. Okay. Hold on. Let me double check. Let me short these pins real quick. I'm pretty sure what will happen if you short them. So, you are correct, Reptile, in the fact that you can't short it. And it may cause a system restart. But, luckily, the system is pretty resilient to that. Let me show you. What should happen, in theory, is A, nothing, because the short won't be that bad. Or B, worst case, is it's going to reset. So let's go ahead and get this here. Oh. It's all the way here. And what should happen is if I short it, which I'm trying to short it right now, I'll just short it with my finger. Nothing's going to happen, and at worst, it is just going to cause the bot itself to reset. So that's what will happen if it gets shorted. I'm not particularly worried. Or I don't have to be super worried about it. Maybe I should be more worried, but I'm not. See, the linear regulator eats. Ah, nah. Zero possibility. Also, we don't have regulators. You think we can afford regulators in this system? That's so silly. You're so silly. Okay. Next, need to do the same thing with the other processor, or the other touch sensor, and get that fed in. I'm not even sure how you would really meet someone outside of work. So, third place. That's where you meet someone. Isn't a battery a linear regulator? No, regulators are just linear. I'm confused. The sensors get 5 volts, right? The sensors... Oh! Thank you so much for being subscribed for 9 months, Sparks. Thank you so much. It's always nice and... yeah. I hope you've had a good time over these 9 months. Or if you've had a horrible time, please let me know, and I guess I will refund you. Oh, hello. Welcome in, El Q. Okay. Oh no. Anyways, we're just getting the wires hooked up for the pinball machine. Things are going okay. Where do I read the refund policy? Sag? I mean, I guess that's valid. Feel free to. Okay. 1 second. So, checking a quick look at the silk screen. Hello, hello. Good luck pinballing. Thank you so much. Okay, we have our ground, we have our IO, and our VCC. So our ground here, it should be the orange, if I'm following my own nomenclature. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Ground is orange. Okay. Just get this guy plugged in, and we should be good. Okay, ground is orange. Ground is on the floor. Apologies, getting the mounting right is difficult. Okay. So I just need to feed the wires through real quick. And we should be Gouda. And again, I'm hoping we have time to get all 3 of these done today. We should. And then all 3 of them tested and working as well. And I guess a nice little stretch goal that we could do is if we are able to get the scoring system also up and operational, I'd be happy. Be happy, happy, happy. Okay. Let's see what there is to see. Okay, there we go. Got it fed through. So again, what should happen is this guy is just peeking out ever so slightly. So if I were to pull this even more, hopefully you're able to see the height differential there. And then we're just going to pull that tight to get it against the surface. Then we need a very small amount of glue. Okay. Use a real editor. Okay, wait, what's your problems with Emacs? Wait, do you have like Emacs Pinky or whatever it's called? Is it Emacs Pinky? Why am I thinking it's Emacs Pinky? Well. Okay. Is it Emacs Pinky or Emacs Thumb or what is it? I'm sure there's someone who will nerd snipe that. Surely. Okay. You press control with your pinky a lot? Okay. I want this slightly further up. ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. Apologies. I want this, like, ever so too much. Darn it. Okay. I want this guy, like, down, but not all the way down. On our shot. Oh! I done pushed it out. Okay. Okay, that feels better. Then same thing, we are just gonna hammer this guy in place. You know, a little percussive maintenance. Okay, looking good. And then let's go ahead and reprogram our microcontroller and see what happens. So again, they should, all three of these guys, be running identical code, so I'm not worried too much about them running into issues with each other. So let us get this set up and reprogrammed. Okie dokie. So again, the code works pretty simply. The only thing that's really necessary here is that we are setting up our serial connections. We're setting up our pin modes, setting them to our output and input, depending on if it's the sensor or the linear actuator that we're using, connecting to our Wi-Fi, and then proceeding. What should happen is this guy is responsible for connecting to our Wi-Fi. It should send a Twitch message whenever it is successful, and then it proceeds into the actual watching code. So if it sees either of these GPIO pins read as high, which is just a 1, instead of a 0, it should drive the output and send the Twitch message bumper, which is then going to be used for our score. So let's flip it back over and see what happens. So again, it does connect automatically to Wi-Fi, which is good. I forget which one we just did, but I think it's this one. And then you should see the bumper for both of them gets activated. And then if we shift this guy over here... Ooh. Like, hold on. Ooh, 1 second. There we go. The touch sensors are having a little bit of an issue. Hold on. Is the top one okay? Oh, the top one appears to be functional. Apologies, guys, for the spam. Looks like we have some slight noise. Maybe not. The other one appears fine. Okay. We'll figure it out. We'll take a look at it. Give me a second. Okay. So, I have this guy unplugged. How goes the integration? We're integrating. Some would say our build is functional. Just don't look on this side. Alright, next we have to integrate the last set of it. So let's go ahead and get that integrated. I should have it over here. Very careful. Ho up. Ho up. Hey man, if it works, it works. Dude, that's true. Okay, listen, this is like Fist of the North Star, okay? It's a Fist of the North Star meme. If it works, it works. Okay. Okay, right, I'm gonna get going. See you next time. Okay, see you next time, Midnight. Okay, so same thing. Again, this is the raw hardware that we're using here. So we are using our... Oh, thank you so much for the hydration. I will hydrate. Okay. Okay. So, again, the way that it works is that we have our connections for our touch sensors hooking up to our microcontroller. Each one's connected to a GPIO that's reading the input and output, or just reading the input on these. And then it outputs to this power relay here, which is responsible for moving this solenoid. And that is how the bumper system works. In addition, it's also responsible for connecting to the Wi-Fi and connecting to Twitch chat. so that we can pass the scores back and forth with each other. Which will be necessary for later stuff. I come bearing jelly beans. Nice. Same thing, I am gonna have to remove this guy. How goes the build? Oh, you know, it's going buildy. I would say it's going okay. I wouldn't say we're making, like, great time or anything, but I think we're doing okay. Okay. So same thing, and then once we get it on the other side of this... Dude, that is such a nice feeling. This is such a nice feeling. You guys don't know how nice of a feeling this is. It's like, it's better than a, like a keyboard switch. Like, it's better than, like, a cherry switch. It is very nice. It is very nice. Anyways, apologies. Okay. No, I'm eating plastic ones. Okay. To be fair, again, like, these look like Peeps. Do they not? Do these not look like a little container of Peeps? Next project, solenoid keyboard. That would be extremely difficult. A solenoid keyboard would be extremely difficult because of the amount of I/O and power that would be needed. Wait, those aren't Peeps? No, my dad gave me these on Easter, and he's like, oh, here, Ori, some Peeps. And they look like Peeps, right? I'm like, huh, that's weird. And I, like, touched them, and then... Can you tell what's the issue? Like, hold on, let me zoom all the way in, okay? They're 3D printed. They're 3D printed. So my dad made, like... he made me, like... he just knows. He knows that things are bad, okay? He knows when things are good, things are bad. That is the issue. It's okay, though. Hey, at least you didn't bite into... I was this close. I want you to know... Okay, so... I really want you to know, by the way. So I literally got it. I'm like, oh, cool, Peeps. And then I was like, huh, it's kind of in a weird container. And then I was just like, huh, that's weird. And then I was like, maybe something's wrong with these. And I, like, pressed hard to, like, deform one of the mushrooms. But I was that close to taking another bite of it. It's okay. It's A-okay. Does your dad know CAD? I want to know how much effort he put into trolling you. He knows the basics. He knows how to print stuff. Are you certain he doesn't already know your Twitch channel? It's possible. If my dad knows my Twitch channel, I'm gonna cry. Yeah. I like, it's just over, you know? Anyways, we have to get the sensors mounted. If I recall, he did find the model online and he just scaled them to be the appropriate size. There's no way, though, that he's watching me. No way. I don't think he would... I don't know. I mean, he's trolling you with plastic Peeps he could be watching. Yeah, that's true. To be fair, though... Ground. Okay. Hold on. Ground, middle... Watch him print you a plastic dolphin for your birthday. I don't know. Your dad sounds neat. He's neat. He just is interesting. He's an interesting noodle. He's an interesting noodle. He's not a good noodle, though. Okay. Does he also have Tism? I don't know. Oh, no, I know for a fact he's dyslexic because I got my dyslexia from him. So I imagine I also got my other deficiencies from... I imagine I got my other deficiencies as well from him. Okie-dokie, okie-dokie, okie-dokie. Also, I don't like... Oh. Oh. Okay. Why do people say the word OM? It means Omega lol. I still can't get over that your chat... Oh, no. That's a bit of my skin I'm not getting back. Hey, Ori, when are you gonna do a rocket building stream? I'm not sure about that. I might have to I might have to clean this out a little. Unfortunately, I did... hold on, wait. Is my skin on that, or is it glue? I'm not sure if that's skin or glue. Either way, doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. I don't think it will have an effect. If it does, we'll sand it off or something. Imagine, though? I'm sorry, imagine what? Do you think I can build a rocket? The solder joints are nice for a teeth trap. Oh yeah, it kind of is. Like, it's not hard enough that I could not just, like, rip it out, but... Okay. Next. Last touch sensor, then integration, and then if we have time, I'd like to integrate this scoring feature. Or make a scoring feature, I guess. Which should be easy enough as well. I think I have strong opinions about geek and not a nerd, but now that I think about it, no clue why that would even be different. Okay, no, okay. Dude, okay. Second grade me used to be so obsessed with saying the difference between a geek and a nerd, okay? So, in my vernacular, a nerd implies the individual is smart. A geek implies that the individual is, like, into things that are usually, like, geeky stuff. So, like, video games, comic books, anime, whatever. A geek can be a nerd. And a nerd is almost always a geek. But geeks have the capability of not being nerds, for lack of a better term, or vernacular. I'm not sure if that's, like, a terrible take. But that is my take. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I remember being obsessed with the difference. It's a very mid-2000s kind of take. Sure. Honestly, I don't know. Anyways. Geeks versus nerds? What's the difference between torches and pitchforks? Okay, that seems easy. Why didn't I just do this in the first place? This is way easier. It's blue is signal, blue is signal. Signal goes in the middle. Sorry guys, you won't get the bestest of views. So blue goes right next to it. hindsight is 20/20, which is still better than Ori's. What do you mean? Dude, my hindsight is flawless, okay? My hindsight is flawless. My moves, fierce. My Riz, impeccable. Okay, there we go. Your hindsight does self-dam... Okay. Okay. Can we get an example of that Riz? Okay. I got one, okay? Okay, ready? Ready, chat? Ready, guys? Okay, I'm gonna Riz you guys up. Okay. Ready? Ready? Okay. How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. I'll be selling my course for $19.99 a month. You know, please inquire below. Thank you for the headpats. And the bonk. Why am I getting both? Okay. I'm still waiting to hear the Riz, of course you are. You know, I could turn that around on you so easily. I could turn that around on all y'all so easily. But thank you for throwing a single penny at my face, Dr. Osaka. I thank you so much. I really appreciate my Metal Fork fund. You know, my parents even know I don't like Metal Forks. Because I went over for like an Easter lunch with them. I went over to have like an Easter lunch, and they had like normal metal utensils in their place, and then in my place, they just had plastic utensils. They just had like kids' plastic utensils for me. Which is goated. Thank you for throwing a penny at my face, Mobile Armory. Yeah, you get it. Yes. Yes, I do. They gave you kids' utensils? Yeah, honestly, based parents accommodating you for that. Do your parents also know of the nugget incident, by the way? They know that I got... that I was... Yes, they know that I got sick off of chicken nuggets. I don't think they know that I did it as... Or not, I didn't get sick as a bit, right? But, like, I got the chicken nuggets because partially it was a bit... I was also kind of, you know, chicken nuggets kind of sounded good. Okay. Alright. Do they know how many nuggets? No, I don't think so. Alright, let's reprogram this bad boy. Wait, how many? I bought 50 chicken nuggets as a bit. And... Wait, Level, were you there? I bought 50 chicken nuggets as a bit. And, like... I purposely live near a McDonald's. And there was a McDonald's even closer to me that was added since I've, like, moved here. And I went to that McDonald's. As a bit, not because... Yeah, okay, it was because intrusive thoughts, but, like, who doesn't have the intrusive thought to, like... Okay, tell me it's not hilarious to just, like, temporarily abandon the stream and, like, sprint your way to McDonald's, order 50 McNuggets, go through the drive-thru with a straight face, talk to the lady at the drive-thru, tell her, like, oh, I'm sorry, I lost a bet, for lack of a better word, and just get the, just come back, slam nuggets on their desk, you know? I think it is a good bet. I think it is a grade A bit. Anyways, let's go ahead and see. But yes, I only ate like 32 of them. Anyways, top sensor should work once it gets fully reprogrammed. Give it a moment. Resets. Bumper. Bumper. Wherever our ball is. Whoop, ba, ba, ba. Why is the top one having issues? Oh no, the top one's not having issues. Okay, cool. Only. Okay, to be fair, I want to specify that I had already eaten, like, my entire days. I already had eaten my entire days of calories for that. So, like, to be perfectly fair, like, that was all just, like, above my limit, okay? Like, I kept putting gas into the tank where it shouldn't have gone in, you know? I would straight up hurl. I didn't hurl either. I got food poisoning. Okay. Yeah, I think I got food poisoning from the first 10 nuggets, to be perfectly honest, because those were a bit sus. Like, they were not hot at all. The other 40 were hot, but, like, the 20 were not. Or the first 10 were not. Okay. Moving on. So we have our integration for our paddles working. We have our bottom part that is going to house the paddles. So that's going to house these units here. That's also Twitch controlled. We have those being printed as well. It is almost done, not quite done yet. We'll probably work on integrating that on Wednesday. But real quick, what I'd like to integrate in is the basic scoring system. So this is going to be a isolated board that is only, and I do mean only, responsible for keeping track of only responsible for keeping track of of the score. So yes, that's what we need to do real quick. So we are going to code the implementation for that. And again, we are using a delicious ESP8266, my beloved. We love her. We care for her, you know? Okay. Oh, you reminded me. When did you start doing the eat all my calories in one meal setting? I did it all in right after college. So I started doing it in college right after college, for basically weight loss purposes. Because I struggle with overeating if there is food in my apartment, or if there's food in my house, or if there's food in front of me. I will eat it, for lack of a better word. So what I came up with was the brilliant double exclam idea of, well, if I only allow myself to eat once a day, it doesn't matter how fast or like how much I can eat, right? I just nom 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 as much as you can. And surely you can't eat that much in a single setting. And I was correct. You cannot. So yes, that's why things are the way they are. Except whenever I get food as gifts, then I have to eat the food, and then my schedule becomes messed up. Okay. So we need to make a simplified version of our code. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do some quick copy pasta. File new. You guys aren't going to be seeing the sketch for at least a few seconds as I configure stuff, just so I don't accidentally send out any doxing information. Hey, look, doxing information. Okay, this one. Okie dokie. Or succumb to chat. Don't worry, it's not actually doxing information. Nothing there is doxing. Again, I have a separate computer. I have a separate computer exclusively for streaming only, which is Dandelions. Okay. April 6th. Oh, yeah. Okay. Have you guys ever wanted to be like... Hold on. 1 second. I want to swap the music. We'll swap the music. No, not this. Not this. What? No. This. 1 second. There we go. Much better. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to swap the music. I was feeling something else. Have you guys ever wanted to be like a real-life quest giver? Like, has anyone else ever had the thought, just like, man, I could really be a real-life quest giver right now? I really want to be a real-life quest giver. Score bot. I've kind of been one at a Renaissance fair. Isn't that being a manager? I tell companies to do stuff all the time. That's just DoorDash. I feel like that's just a quest runner. Okay, so it seems like we have a mix of things. Okay, so what I wanted to do at work was, these are professional engineers. I work with professional engineers, by the way, like people who are like super, or well, kind of professional at least, like smart engineers, and it's taken a lot of self-control not to just like offer them like, hey, you want, like, what's the word? You want to go on a quest for me, and then pay them money to go grab me ice cream from the convenience store, and pay them like $50. Like the quest reward, like the quest is to go pick up ice cream and then return, and then I'll pay you $50. I guess that is just DoorDash with extra steps, though. I don't know why I talked about that. Apologies. Anyways, real quick. What we are going to do is we are going to make an int score equals 0. Make sure it's globally defined so we don't have any issues with it. And what we are going to do is get rid of the reading functionality. And whenever we see the message bumper from user, bumper, and IRC message dot nick dot index of Oriana Orva. Do you give those quests to people outside of work? No, inside of work. I give them inside the work. Okay. And then we're just going to increment score. Score equals score plus 1. Before you say, I could just make an account called Oriana Aura 2 on Twitch. 1, that's all I already made. 2, if you do that, I'll ban you. And 3, you get IP banned, so your main account gets banned. So just, I wouldn't suggest it. But, you know, if you guys want to play the game, if you want to try to ban evade, go for it. It sounds fun. Anyways. Send Twitch message. String score. I think that's correct. Hold on, let's check if that code's correct. I'm not 100% sure if this code is correct. It should be. Ooh, okay. So we have a slight issue with... a slight issue. This is supposed to be a -1, and index -1. I think is why this isn't working. Let's give that a try. Okay. That does sound like a challenge now. I mean, if you guys want to challenge and try to do a tilt, just... I mean, we can get in an arms race if you guys want. I'm pretty sure you guys would beat me in an arms race, though, because there are more of you. And a lot of you are very talented at what you do, so I imagine, like, you could very easily best me, for a lack of a better word. Hey, let's go ahead and upload. And we just want to send the Twitch message score. It is going to spam a bit, but that's okay. They can best you once and then get banned. I think the IRC spoofing thing in Twitch chat still works. No, I've gone over this. You guys are the most talented Twitch chat. Like, again, the community we have is a group of the most talented people on this planet. It's kind of creepy how good some of you guys are at some stuff. Like, it's kind of insane. Anyways, 1 second. I need one extra controller for something. You don't happen to live within 3 kilometers, do you? I don't think so. Ori, chat, I have terrible news. What's the terrible news, dude? Okay, let's see if this connects. Oh no. Live on stream. Yikers. Okay. So we have our external for our score bot, and then what happens is, I don't know which one it's connected to, I believe it's the top one. So impede my music because I am talented. But if you guys look. Wait, guys, can you guys hear the EMP? Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Apologies. But yeah, so now this bumper score is working. We're not going to have the score constantly running, but it's nice to see. Those batteries are plugged in, right? I wonder. Man, I wonder if these batteries are plugged in. It's okay. Not what I said. Wait, those are plugged into batteries, right? You would think so. You would think so. You would think that we wouldn't have issues. Anyways, so I'm going to slightly refine the code. Let's take a look at it. It is currently... You don't know. How do you EMP your PC with an isolated system? I'm a very talented individual. I'm special, okay? You know, I'm a special type of dolphin. We's a special type. Okay. Special ed. We've gone over this, Crow. We've gone over this. I don't need to... We've gone over this. I'm not special ed, maybe. Anyways, code. Okay. The only thing that I really want to do is I just want you guys to be able to track the score instead of me. So what we're going to do is unrestrict this message here to anyone. And we are just going to send a Twitch message with a score whenever you guys do score status. Score status. And that should work. And then I'm just going to reprogram it with that, and that should be that. Pretty easy and straightforward, right? Oh, and also get rid of this guy. Excellent. Most excellente. I don't know what I even did that time. That's okay. We don't worry about it. We don't worry about it. We love using Twitch chat as a communication protocol. I mean, we do, right? Like, I feel like we do. Who else is stupid enough to do that, right? Or not, like, stupid enough, necessarily, but, like... Does anyone else even do that? Has anyone else ever used Twitch as a... I'm sure people have used Twitch as a trigger. But have people ever used Twitch as a communication between two devices of their own devices instead of just directly connecting? Does anyone remember what binary numbers I used when I created my bot accounts? No? Okay. For communication between two local devices? No, I don't think so exactly. Yeah, Sparks did that. Okay, but Okay, I have a question though with Sparks. Did Sparks do that after I've done that though? That's a question I've had. I have. Like, did Sparks do that because I did that? For lack of a better word. Hold on, sorry, I just need to get this pin back in place. There we go. Twitch chat is just an IRC, so someone's probably done that at the point. Yeah, I imagine. Realistically, of course, I imagine someone's probably done it. Spark's stealing more project ideas. Not sure he did it with the keyboard thing, so didn't directly log into his computer. Okay. Alright, so, what I would like to do next... Because, hold on, let me take a quick check at the time and some other stuff. Okay. Given the fact that I can keep going for a bit longer. So what we are going to do is I need to clean some stuff up on this system. I need to figure out the mounting and how we're going to mount this. Let's see. This is not accurate of the end system, but we do have a little box here. So let's just say we just yoinked all of this stuff. We just put it all in there. I guess that would work. Like, this isn't the 100% correct length and size because we had to do some changes. But, I mean, it looks like it'll work. This reminds me of the water experiment. Wait, why does this remind you of the water experiment? Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the head pat, Sprink. Is there anything that we need to do when you put all the cables in the white container? I mean, yeah, look at this. This is the peak of engineering. This is a peak of engineering. So something that we are actually going to have to make is a power distribution system for our microcontrollers down here because they actually don't have it. So I guess we'll do that. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Okay. Cable management, aka hiding in a box when no one will see it. Exactly. Okay. So we're just gonna put this over here. So next, we are going to need to figure out a power system. Okay. So for lack of a better word, we're essentially just going to use this and then divide it up amongst 3. Honestly, can I just use a breadboard? Is there any problem with us just using a breadboard? I mean, let's just test. Won't take long to do a quick test. We need... Oh no, we will have a problem. I'll put them on the same voltage. Does that matter? Okay. Yeah, we'll find out. We shall find out if it matters. Let's run under the assumption that no, it does not, for now. Male to male. Wait, I might have missed this, but are the sleeves to your blue because of markers? No, they're painted. They're painted, you know, so they match the model. You know, because it matches the model. So it matches the model. Did you paint them? Yes, I did paint them. You're missing gold rings. Yeah, I guess I am missing gold rings. Maybe I'll add gold eventually. Makafabe. Makafabe. That's outside of the budget. That's okay. We don't have a budget. Anyways, let's get this guy connected. Why am I worried about this? There's some reason why I'm actually worried about this. I think it's because I'm using an extra ground. Yeah, it's because I'm using the grounds. Okay. Okay, I'll just set it up for us, and then we can use it later. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, that's okay too. Ground power. Okay. Okay, so we'll use this one as power. This one is not power. And this one is power. Though I don't like using orange as not power. That's okay. Okay. So what I'm currently doing is I'm just going to try to first the naive solution, which is just share our power across all of our modules. I hope this will work. If not, we can come up with a custom solution. I'd really not like to have to come up with a custom solution, but it's potentially in the cards, especially if we're driving multiple things at once. Okay. So again, I'm not 100% sure if this will work. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And there, and here. And then we need to ground each one. And we need to ground each one. We need to ground each one. And ground the last one. Okay. Let's see what happens when we power cycle. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, we are going to have to come up with a custom solution. It is not able to be powered on a single set of batteries. Okay, that's okay. So what we are going to do is Wednesday, we are going to integrate the bottom half of this. We are going to work on a custom power solution for this to run all of our microcontrollers. And then we are going to do the final bits of integration, hopefully. I imagine that we have a good chance of finishing this on Friday. I don't imagine we're going to finish this on Wednesday, unless things go very, 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 very well. So yeah, I think that is where we are going to call it today. So I'd like to ask you guys, who would you like to raid today? If anyone, you know, is there anyone in particular you would like to raid? And then we can look. We can look at that. And then let me see who is live as well, so I can take a look at as well. We're not raiding NASA. Dude, I don't think we need to raid NASA. I'd prefer to raid another smaller. I would prefer to raid like a small streamer. And hello, Muke. Why Noi? Shumimi. Shumimi is possible, yes. I guess. No. Soy? Wait, who's Soy? Nep? Okay, we'll raid Nep. We shall raid Nep. Okay. So we are going to raid Nep, I suppose. So what we are going to do, our raid message, is just going to be, pinball. Pinball. And if you guys are not subscribed, it is just going to be the same thing, pinball. Okay, and we will again be live on Wednesday. So I hope I have the opportunity to see you guys there. If not, that's okay too. I hope you are able to have a good afternoon, evening, or night wherever you are. Thanks for being around, and yeah, see you guys later. All right, bye. Wait, did it raid? Wait, did you guys get raided? Did you guys get raided? Hold on. Twitch TV. We go to Nep. Visit. Overview. Nep. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're good. Okay. And then I can close the